Thank you, Tuesday. Welcome to Emotion Monday. We're going to start that all over again. Welcome to Emotion Monday. Welcome everyone that has tuned in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to be on here. I wasn't on here last week because it was my birthday last week, right? So I celebrated and then I didn't celebrate. Let me know if you guys can hear me now. I believe you can. I had it on mute. So thank you for coming in this Monday. I didn't even notify you guys that I wasn't last Monday, but like I said, it was my birthday. I celebrated and I kind of didn't celebrate, but I'll go into that. Let me just get this intro out the way. Um, Emotion Monday. E is electronic. Motion is movement. God gave me this day and this time to push the creative. So if you are on here, you may indeed be a creative in your own right, So that is my tribe. So this ministry serves as a push, as an encouragement. I am Bible based, right? I incorporate the word of God. I incorporate the word of God. I incorporate, just even prophetic words from God that I get on here and share with you guys, as I call them, Jesus nuggets, hot and fresh, fresh revelation, a fresh perspective on things that just make you dig a little deeper into things, right? So this is what this platform is for. And as you guys know, the hashtag is let the healing begin. So welcome, 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 welcome. So you guys, I'm so excited. Oh, I forgot. Welcome my podcast listeners. And also, guys, this is the 100th episode. Woo! I can't believe that I have produced and recorded 100 episodes of this podcast, but all glory be to God. It wasn't me. I can't think of this stuff. It is God, right? It is God. Thank you so much. It is all God to give me all of this. Sometimes you guys don't know. Sometimes I have to get on here after I record or later on in the week, listen to what I say. Listen to what I said and listen to what I poured because I don't remember. And that definitely has to be the God. That has to be him pouring out. But let me tell you, the instruction that he gave me to do Emotion Monday was just to sit here. Just to sit here and let him talk. That was the only thing that he told me to do, right? So I'm going to sit here and talk as he gives me utterance. And I have my notes. And God has even did something different with me, as far as I used to blog and then I would read the blogs. But then, how many of you know that sometimes God at any given moment will tell you to shift, will tell you to move into something else. So I believe the blogs were to warm me up a little bit, to get the nervousness out, to, just get me adjusted to sitting here and talking to you guys. So now I'm just able to write little notes and then I can just, rest and be reassured, that God is speaking, right? So I thank you guys again tuning in, podcast listeners. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for tuning in and pressing play and sharing. So let us get into this podcast, Emotion Monday, and the hashtag, you guys, let the healing begin. So, you guys, I entitled this The Woman King. The Woman King, there's a movie that is out called The Woman King, right? The title already sounds contradictory, right? How can a woman be king, right? To me, that title speaks volumes. It speaks of what's going on today. It speaks of that because you look at the title, Woman King. That's what it's looking like now, with all the women that are rising into position, rising into power, rising, We are rising like never before, faster. It just seems like everywhere we turn, there is a woman being put into a position, put into a place of power that men once occupied. And I'll get into that because this is definitely not a men bashing episode. This is not a men, get in the corner, here comes women. It is not that kind. I just want to appreciate and just want us to highlight what's going on. I mean, it's just so prophetic, what's going on. So the woman king, right? So we know kings are male. Y'all know I'm word girl. I'm about to get into these definitions, right? So king is a male ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right of birth. Now, I want to say that part because, let me read it again. The definition: male ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right of birth. And for some of you guys, I think I put like a little descriptor when I first posted, that this is the subject that I was going to speak on. And I told you guys to go back and listen to the Eve series that I had recorded. It was in March. I had to go back myself to see what I had said. Like I told you guys earlier, I got to go back and see what I said. And prophetic, you guys, prophetic. Especially the Eve episode where it's the evolution of Eve. The evolution of Eve. I talked about women coming into power, into prominence, and that we're just rising up, and God is looking for us to rise into our places. So, and I talked about briefly, how I'm going to say it now briefly is just that we're on the minds of God. We're on the mind of God. Women are on the mind of God so heavily because Adam was here, but Eve was on the mind of God. Eve came because Adam had a need, but Eve was always on the mind of God. She was with God. That was like the beginning. She was with God. And so, like I said, with the definition, one who, a ruler of an independent state, especially one who inherits a position by right of birth, right? This is the position that we're supposed to be in, right? And even in the Bible, there's so many women that are just powerful. They're highlighted, whether we want to realize or not. Their strength and the strength and resilience of women in the Bible are prominent. We see it, the strength and resilience. I want you guys to keep that in mind as I go deeper into this to this live. So let's see. Let me talk about my birthday first of all. This kind of adds into it. I have to set a story, set a tone. So let's start with my birthday. The day of my birthday was Monday, last Monday, and I didn't receive a lot of gifts, but I received a lot of spiritual gifts, a lot of spiritual downloads on that day. It was like I was literally just like kind of just walking with God that whole day. It was beautiful. That was the first time I've ever not really truly did anything on my birthday. I went to the movies to see The Woman King. But let me tell you guys, I woke up, and you guys know, Queen Elizabeth had passed. So I woke up that Monday, I turned on the TV, and I literally was in time to see them walk her coffin into the church and them having the funeral. So I was like, I would wake up in time because I didn't work that day, in time to see all of this going on. So it was, to me, that was one symbol. The queen, she reigned for a long time. So this was the end of an era, right? She was a long reigning queen, like what was it, over 70 years? Long reigning queen. This is the end of an era. And then here I go, going to the movies to see The Woman King, right? About just this rulership of this group of women. And let me tell you, and another thing, I've seen a lot of people speak about this movie, and a lot of people didn't want to see it, or they had their opinions about it. But my thing is, see, I look at movies and stuff in a different perspective. And I had even wrote this down because God had dropped this in my spirit when I was getting ready for this today. Don't get so technical that you miss the miracle. You could take that all across the board. Don't get so technical that you miss the miracle. And so as I was watching this movie, I mean, I was in tears. I was hoping I was in there by myself, but there were some people in there. I was in tears watching these women. Thank you. I was in tears watching these women, just rise to the power. It just was so empowering watching it. And it kind of, I believe, gave me confirmation in the state God was trying to put me in, right? This state of power, and the state of, just being a leader, right? So, it was kind of like preparing me, and it was just showing just what it takes, how much it takes, to be, this powerful woman, to be this woman in power and leadership. So as I was going, that I took that in part, and then I was getting prophetic words, right? I was getting prophetic words that day, and it just was like just such a beautiful, moment. And it was kind of letting me know what this year, I took it as, this is the year that I'm walking into. This year to rise, this year to shine, and not in a way that we say we want to shine, but I want to exude the Jesus glow, right? I want to exude the Jesus glow, the light. You know that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let Jesus shine. I've let him shine all the time, but no, he's shining through me this year. And that's the light that I want, to lead. So anyways, you guys, I got a lot of notes. So if I sound like I'm all over the place, because I'm just so excited about this. You guys don't understand. This is so prophetic. So then, as you guys see my little picture, how I have the woman king and I have the lioness. I don't know if you guys noticed the lioness with the crown. So if you guys ever see, a lioness, that's a female lion, so basically what a lioness is they're commonly referred to as king of the beast, right? When you see a lioness, you see female power, right? And the thing about lionesses, I didn't even want to get into this part. Let me stop. But I just want to give you guys, put a pin in what I just said about the lionesses. I'm coming for it. But that was the reason. I just want to give you guys the visual of why I had put the lion in front of there. It's all going to tie in. So like I said, I hope you guys listen to the Evolution of Eve, the Eve series. Please, please, please go back and listen to that podcast. It should be dated like in March, February, and then March. I did a 3-part Eve series. So you guys, to set this off, I want to show you guys a video that everyone is talking about right now, right? So I'm just going to set this off with this, right? To show you guys how this was even just a confirmation. So hold on. Let me get this clip ready to show you guys. Let me see. I'm probably going to disappear because I tried to play with it. And let's see if I can take myself away. Oh, sorry. I got to add myself. Okay. So you guys might see some moving around when this is on. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Try to get this together, but you guys probably gonna see this. It's a skinny clip, but you're gonna see me on the side. So just letting you guys know. Okay, here it goes.
Beginning of a breakthrough then. I guess it's just the beginning of a next dimension then. I I guess all things really do work together for the good of those who love the Lord and called according to his purpose. I guess if one can chase 1,000, then a few of us could put the devil on notice that we have been loose to evolve into the next dimension. I don't even need all of you. I just need one or two riders to decide that it's gonna end with me, and then it's gonna begin with me, and generational blessings will be my inheritance. So woman, evolve, and don't leave me out here by myself. If I'm going up, everybody with me going up too. You better watch out who you sit next to. We got a world to change. We got a devil to chase. We got a generational curse to break. We got a generation to change and a culture to turn upside down for the glory of the Lord. The devil should have took us out when we had the chance, but baby, we survived. So let's go eat, baby. Beginning of a...
So, you guys, I'm just like tearing up with that. That was such a powerful, speech that Sarah Jakes Roberts had said. And what happened was, if you guys didn't know the context of that video, woman thou art loose, or woman art thou loose, was something that was ran by her father, TD Jakes, for 30 years. And then the mantle of that was passed to her, to Women Evolve. If you guys ever follow her, that's her ministry, that's her vein, Women Evolve. So that was just so prophetic for me because, like I said, and I told you guys to go watch the evolution of Eve. I talked about that. I said it's time for us to evolve. Evolve. Because we can't be the same women. How God is moving and shaking in this earth. We can't be the same women that we were yesterday. We have to rise into the place that he has ordained for us to be. It's ordained. It's written. It's already there. We just need to decide that we are going to rise and shine. I had, did a live about that not too long ago. It's time to rise and shine. That was just such a powerful moment. And everyone, actually, I was shocked. Some people were actually diminishing that moment that happened, right? Diminishing, right? That moment that happened, that, oh, well, it's only for this. Oh, it's only for that. And I'm going to tie into that why, the lionesses are so important, about the, what, I'm going to go into it. The lionesses, when you see them, they're together. And the thing I love about the lionesses is that they support each other on the hunt. That which enables them to take down prey that is faster or stronger than they are. I'm going to read that again. Lionesses support each other on the hunt, which enables them to take down prey that is faster or stronger than they are. If you listen to what she said, we're going to do this. I need help from all of y'all. I need y'all support. If I'm going, y'all going. This is the mentality of a lioness. We can't be out there by ourselves trying to do this thing, right? It's going to take all of us. This is a symbol of women empowerment. This is a symbol when when the lioness, we're only going to conquer and do this thing if we are together. They're never out alone hunting, right? When you see them, trouble is trouble. When you see a pack of lionesses, female lion, it's trouble, right? They're going to get what they came for, right? but it takes a group. So, this is also a symbol there. These are the lionesses are symbols of divine sisterhood, women supporting women. Now, we can look at this thing, like with Sarah and women coming to power. God might be very well doing something with each of us, but we can't get into a mode where it's us and no more, right? We have to continue helping, strengthening each other, encouraging each other, pushing each other. We have to do that because that's the only way we're going to take down the enemy that appears to be larger than us. We can't do it by ourselves. As God is taking us up, it needs to be all of us. All of us need to be going up, right? Like she said. So let me get into the movie, right? All of this ties it together. So the movie, a lot of people were just saying is out of historical context, whatever. And I mean, it tells you from the beginning when something's out of historical context. It tells you in the beginning it's based on a true story. So we all know that it's not going to be verbatim what has happened, right? So, but the film is based on a real life all female army unit called the Ogoji tribe, from the kingdom of Dahomey, right? So this is located in Western Africa, southern Benin, right? So they basically, the Ogoji tribe was from 1625 to 1894. And they were so powerful. They were considered the bodyguards of the kingdom. They probably did have male warriors and everything, but these were considered the bodyguards of the Dahomey, the kingdom of Dahomey, right? So the thing is that the women were not allowed to take part in any form of family life and were known to marry the king in a vow of celibacy. They were instructed to train intensely, often in hand-to-hand combat amongst themselves. Look, women teaching other women how to fight. Women teaching other women how to war. We could take this spiritually. Women teaching other women how to war in the spirit. Women teaching other women how to thrive in the economy. Women teaching other women how to be financially free. Women teaching other women how to have, to have self-esteem, to think better, to think better of yourself. It took other women, like I said, they were instructed to train intensely, often hand-to-hand combat amongst themselves. If they were going to learn anything, they learned together. Like I told you guys about the lionesses. They know that they had to train each other. Hey, they all had roles. They had to look after each other's back, right? So, like I said, they trained intensely, often in hand-to-hand combat amongst themselves, and learned survival skills as discipline was constantly encouraged. These women, in the movie, like I said, it was so powerful. You guys go watch the movie. They were encouraged to be disciplined. These women encouraged the other women they were fighting with, that were helping them in combat, to be disciplined. They didn't laugh. They didn't bask in someone else falling. They looked at you like, if you failing, if you don't know how to fight, I don't know how to fight. Like, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to take you under my wing. I saw a lot of that in the movie. I'm going to take you under my wing and I'm going to teach you how to war. Where are the women that will teach other women how to war? It could be spiritual, the natural, and we don't teach other women how to war, right? I talk about the lionesses. We can't take down this large enemy, this large, things that are going on. We can't take that down alone, right? So this is what got me, right? Their disregard and tolerance for pain and death was tested as a part of their initiation process. Let me read it again. Their disregard and tolerance for pain and death was tested as a part of their initiation process. So they had to go through pain and saw death all around them and act like it was nothing because this is what it took to be part of these warriors. You had to go through something. You had to have some battle scars to be part of this unit, this army unit of female soldiers, right? So despite the intensive training they underwent as soldiers, for many women this was an opportunity to attain positions of command, influence, and other prominent roles. Most of them could even become wealthy as single independent women. The Ogoji warriors remain the only documented frontline female soldiers in a modern warfare history. In so much that, if any of you have seen the Black Panther, those, and you saw the army of women, this is what the representation was. This is where they got that idea for in Black Panther with these women. And the lesson in the movie, and I'm not trying to give a spoiler or whatever. The thing with these women is that the thing that was taught was you can't go off and by yourself and think that you're going to take down an enemy. A huge enemy, a huge interference. You're not going to do it by yourself. If you go out there by yourself and try to do it, you basically are considered dead. Right? If you try to conquer this thing on your own, you're basically, you're dead. You're dead at that point. They consider you dead. There was one that was disciplined a lot because she wanted to fight on her own because she thought she could do it. She thought she could do it without her tribe. Right? And I would love for us to think of each other when we come together as tribe. As one tribe. Right? Like as I was talking about the lionesses, I would love for us to come together as one tribe. Right? I don't have anything on mute. It should be. Can you hear now? Yeah, I don't think I have anything on mute. So I should be able to hear. Let's see. I don't have anything on. Okay, yeah, you can hear. Okay. Thanks. I was like, okay. Like, I don't know if it was gone for off for a long time or what. I don't think it was. But yeah. Hi, Clyde. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, yes, it was amazing movie, powerful, and I believe it spoke to the time that we're in. When I tell you, even when I experienced this Saturday, I went to a worship service, and it was just it was powerful, y'all. It was powerful. The soaking God and him telling you where you're rising to, where you're, what you're doing. So it's like all of this was speaking. And for some of you, for all, I hope a lot of y'all, I hope all of y'all, that God has been telling you and you have been feeling that unction to come up. Right? That this is the time to come up. A lot of you feel like there's another time. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. All signs are pointing to now. I'm telling you this by the unction of the Holy Spirit. The time is now. We can't say, oh, well, I'll wait. Oh, another time. Oh, another person. Because even in this army, they were women of all ages. There was not a limit. There were like the youngest was 8 that fought in this army. 8. And some came from other tribes that were captured. From they would go. See, the thing about the Ogoji, they were fighting against like the slave trade. And the thing is, like, they would pick up go and pick up these people that were captured, and some of the women were recruited into the army, or into their unit, right? So all different walks of life, all different languages, different backgrounds, different everything. They had to come together and fight for one reason, one solution, right? They all had their skill set too. They had different skill set, they had different talents, but regardless, they all came together, right? So I didn't even know where I was going with all of this, when I looked at Sarah Jakes Roberts and this weekend, and I saw the Woman King movie, like I said, Queen Elizabeth died, everything that was poured into me this weekend, it's just like all of it points to the time is now. And I want to even give this warning about, now that we see it, God is doing something in women, God is rising women. I don't want us to get to a place where we're too lifted that we can't help each other. We're too lifted, we're too powerful that we can't, lift up everyone, or not, or to know that this isn't just about us. Don't individualize this thing. This is about a whole, right? This is about a whole. Don't individualize this moment in history, and what God is doing this season, right? Don't individualize it. I'm gonna keep on saying that. Don't individualize it. It's not about you. The whole scheme of what God wants us to do is never all about us anyway. But I'm speaking to the women. It's not about us. It's not about, it's our time, but it's not only our time. Right? It's not our time. It's not only our time. It's our time, but it's not only our time. If that makes any sense. Does that make any sense to y'all? Our wins are for everybody else's. Our rise is for everybody else. Our place where God places us is for everybody else. It's for our families. It's for the community. It's for the United States. It's for the world. Right? Yes, on the spiritual side, I see the Book of Acts church coming together and working for the cause of the kingdom. Right. It's all where has to work together. We're all working together. Like I said with the lionesses, and I was going to get to that Tuesday about the working together, because this live wasn't even meant to just be like, okay, women, you got it. You don't need nobody. You don't need nothing. We got each other, and that's it. Because in First Corinthians 11 through 2, nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as woman was made from man, so man is now born of woman, and all things are from God. We all need each other. We all need each other, and we all have to respect each other. So even as God is highlighting women, I just want the men to just not have side conversations and thinking that, okay, we taking over. we need the men, right? We need each other. But the thing is, what God is doing in these women, because as I said, spoke about with the evolution of Eve, you know, this was the start of everything. The birth of Jesus. We were the start of the story of Genesis. Life starts with us, right? So I believe that it's just like a sign that with us rising, that means just everything changing. Everything coming into order, everything is coming into place. Because it has to come through us. You guys know that women are basically, and I say this, women are basically portals, right? What we give birth to things. We put movement out there, right? It has to come through us. So I believe with so many people, so many women rising into power, it has to come through us. And it's not a pride or ego thing. I don't want y'all to take it like that. Like I said, I want y'all to get big headed about it. It that's just the order that God has it. It has to come through us, right? We bring life to things. That's what Eve means. The definition of Eve is life bringer. And we're Eves. We're descendants of Eve. We have to bring a newness into this earth. God has been calling forth newness for a long time now. Behold, I do something new. Can you see it? Can we see it? We're going to see it through the women that he's rising up. They're going to be leading in a lot of places. Normally, that were led by men. And that's why I emphasize the woman king. It sounds contradictory, but this is the kind of stuff that God just like throws like the wrench in. Because I know people like, women king. Women can't be king. Women can rule. It doesn't look normal, right? It doesn't look, but this is what he's doing. That title was powerful for me. The woman king. This is what he's doing right now, right? Because we've been behind the scenes, we've been hiding, just lately, and I spoke about this in other lives about just how we are and how we portray ourselves lower than the privilege that God has given us. In the way we dress, in the way we carry ourselves, in the way we talk. We've been living below our privileges, right? And thinking that it's okay because it's acceptable by men, by whoever. Society expects us to not think so high, to not and I don't mean like that, not to think so, just don't want us to think so much of ourselves. That we're just an object, that we just, hey, we just don't do anything but what we're told. That we're quiet, and I just see us just popping up in everything, in ministries and everything. So I just wanted to do this live basically to just bring you guys awareness, and also to show you how this thing is going to go, how this thing is going to be successful if God is pulling us up, is pulling each individual us. That means we have to pull other women up. You see another woman doing something. Hey girl, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Come on. We gonna do this together. We're gonna do what God wants us to do together. And like I said, you guys, just we're gonna see a lot more of this. A lot of positions being taken, by women, by just we're gonna see it. And it's just a sign of the time. It's a sign that of what God is doing. A sign of, I believe, a resetting, right? It's such a reset. Things have to be birthed through us, right? So it starts with us, and I don't want us to take it another way, right? Like it's us, and we're fighting each other, and everything, because we could be catty. Women can be a little catty, and it's about all of us. Like I said, I loved Sarah Jake Roberts speech, and like she said, don't leave me out here by myself. Don't leave me out here by myself. We got some stuff in this world to do, right? And I also want to encourage the women that, take this as a sign that it's now. For whoever is watching this, and any woman that you feel that you're in a stuck place, you can't do the things that God has wanted you to do. It's not too late. The time is now. You're not preparing. You're stepping into it now. I had to encourage someone earlier, at work. They said, well, I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to go into the things God has told me to do. And I said, and she's younger, right? And I'm like, I don't know what it is with the younger generation that feel that they have time to walk into the things of God, or they're too young to go into the things of God. What are you waiting for? Look at the signs of the time, right? Look at the movement of what's going on in the world right now. There is no time to wait. There is no time to hold back. Can I say that? There is no time to hold back. Stop holding back. You know what God has told you to do. You're ready now. All God requires for you is a yes. You know, we say that a lot in church, about a yes. Yes is a posture, right? Let's see. We be waiting for us to be all together instead of just stepping out. And that's what she said, Clad. She was like, I'm not all the way together. I'm not like I want, because I don't want to go out there. If I want to go, no. That is not your responsibility. God wants you. Look at all these people in the Bible God done called, and they had issues. But the work had to be done, right? It had to be done. And the thing is that you can have issues. God doesn't call a perfect people, right? He doesn't call a perfect people. He loves to use imperfect people, because when people see you and you're doing the things of God, that just gives all glory back to Him, right? That gives all glory back to Him. So I just want to let you women know that your suffering, your pain, your training that you all have went through is for now. Like the Agoji tribe that I just talked about in the Woman King movie. They went through all that training, saw death, had disregard for pain tolerance was on 10, right? they had to endure pain, right? They had to go through so much strenuous training. They had to fight each other as far as, this is the only way we gonna prepare, right? If I push you, I'm not gonna go soft on you. I'm gonna push you, because you gonna be the warrior. You gonna be the woman of power that you're supposed to be. I'm gonna push you. And that's another thing. We have to learn how to push each other, and not to be catty and not to be competitive, but push each other because you see something in that other woman, right? You see something in that other woman, and you want to be the catalyst that will push that out of her. You don't want to watch her fall in a ditch, have her going through all that pain and not giving her language to why she going through what she going. Why is she going through what she's going through? Right? Give her language, give her definition. Let her know that, hey, this is all going to just make you tough for what God wants you to, what have for you to do. You having some issues now, but this is training. This is getting you ready. All the stuff that you're going through, hey, this is the plight of a woman. We go through stuff, but we're stronger. We're stronger than we could ever imagine, right? So much stronger. We're stronger, but we can be so much stronger together, right? Because we got a beast to take down. The enemy ain't letting up, right? We got to come together, and he knows we're like that secret weapon, right? Because I said that in the Evolution of Eve, series. It always perplexed me why the devil didn't go straight for Adam. He started talking to Eve. Why? Because she's the life giver. She's the portal. Everything has to go through her, right? So he attacked her. He talked to her. He could have talked to Adam anytime. He could have talked to Adam anytime. But here come Eve. Oh, this one brings stuff out in the world. This one is the one that will birth things, that will birth the promises of God, that will birth, I can't compete with that. Say that he never stops. I hate him. Yes, we should all hate him, right? But yeah, I just want to, I hope this was a blessing to you guys. I'm just in that mode, you know. I just want you women to prepare for the things that God has for you now. It's not too late. The world needs us. The world needs what we have. The world needs what we have to give birth to. We are life givers, right? We are evolving. That's the thing that I love. Her thing is women evolve, but I had been talking about, the evolution of Eve. We were found in this one place, but God is like, this is the evolution. He's evolving us, so we're not the same woman that we were yesterday. Stop trying to be in that same space and place. You have things to do, right? So, and remember what I said about the lionesses too. That was, important. My mom, if she don't mind me saying, these are things that, I talk about with like my mom and my sister. She told me about the lionesses, a couple years ago, just about that, seeing a group of lionesses, walking about. And so, we talked about it and everything. And yeah, that's the females coming into, that's the women coming into power. That's powerful when you see a group of female lions just walking around. That means something going down. Something is moving, something is shaking. And that's all I see. It's just lionesses walking around, and we can't be individualized. We have to come together. We have to, some of us, and even I'm saying this because I'm even collaborating with a woman. I don't know if she's on here or if she's going to listen to the podcast for the day, but you guys seen previews where it's coming up is a God plus topic. And God had really been dealing with me about having, someone come on here on a regular basis. I'm still going to have Emotion Mondays, but God plus topic is where I'm going to have her come on once a month. So you're going to see her face. Her name is Aquila Hicks. She has her own um, um, group ministry called Ladies After Wisdom. And we have great conversations. Like, we help each other out. And I can't wait to just have you guys see and witness that and hear, the wisdom that's been tossed back and forth. It's a conversation, because Emotion Monday, y'all, I be snapping. I be snapping and I be slinging a ride. Because listen, that's how God made me. I can't get away from the preach. I can't get away, from the ride that He has put in my throat, the correction. I can't get away from it. Like, sometimes I want to be on here and be all nice and fuzzy and everything. I can't. I gotta swing the ride. I gotta swing it, y'all. So, anyways, I just wanted to even segue into that, the collaboration. A lot of you will need to collaborate, with some women. Will need to collaborate with other women, so that that one small thing can become bigger and it can be, reachable. And, so some of you will have to connect and collaborate with other women, right? So then that whatever message you have, whatever project that you have, it can be even stronger and even more powerful, right? Because we know the enemy is around here going, to and fro, going to and fro, looking to see who he can devour. And I'm not even gonna get into that because now I'm about to get into something else. Looking to see who he can devour, right? So we gotta fight, but we gotta fight together. All right. So thank you guys. I hope this was good. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this empowered you, women. I hope this is giving you language to what is happening, right? Of the times that we're in, the movement of God. I hope you are just taking note. Things are not just happening by happenstance, right? The queen, she's gone. We know she's old. she's older and she passed away, but that was the significance in this point in time, right? That was a mark in history. So we have to take note of that. I think this was messing up a little bit. Um, so we have to take note of that, of these marks in history. Now, my whole thing is with the Woman King, that's a Hollywood movie. And my whole thing is like sometimes we gotta stop being distracted and letting the enemy confuse us. When God is trying to send to give us signs and to give us things about what's going on, and we have these trivial arguments and conversations about, and negativity and negative comments about things, about, like with the movie. People just miss the whole point of that. That was just letting us know now if Hollywood could know about women empowerment, because to me, that just shows that something going on. Now Hollywood is depicting what is going on, right? So we just have to take note. That's how I look at everything. I look at what's happening in the world. I look at what's happening. Look at the Hollywood. I mean, seriously, look what happened with Sarah Jakes Roberts. Look what happened. I mean, just all over. I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing that movement, right? So, anyways, I'm done. I'm done for real. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I pray that this blessed you, and I will see you guys. What is next week? Oh, yeah, next week is God plus topic. And the topic is God plus fear, right? We're going to get into fear. We're going to get into what's stopping you from doing what you're supposed what's stopping you from doing what you're supposed to do. And I know a lot of people talk about fear a lot, but no, we a lot of us are not going into the things that we're supposed to right now in this season, and it's because of fear, right? And we're gonna have an open conversation. When I mean open conversation, it's not gonna be. I don't think this is formal, really, but I'm gonna be talking to her. We're bouncing off of each other, and probably literally sitting here with a mug of coffee, a mug of something to drink. It's gonna be like a conversation, like y'all in our dropping in our phone conversation. That's what it's gonna sound like. Hollywood and media reflects themes of what's happening always. Yes, like how the Simpsons. Everybody was talking about how the Simpsons was like predicting stuff. Like I'm saying, to God be the glory again on episode 100. Yeah, woo! The guys, even this day. Listen, okay, I'm saying this and I'm getting off. This is episode 100. We're in the middle of a Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. Listen, and I had all of these revelations. If this ain't just, to me, like I said, I pay attention to the events and when things happen. But for this to be 100th episode, I just believe it symbolizes so much. Thank you. I believe it symbolizes so much. I listen, 100 episodes, y'all. So anyway, here is to 100 more. And more people are reaching more territories. I would have to say, and I haven't been looking because there have been so many. This podcast, I believe, has touched every state in the United States, right? Not every country, but it's touched a lot of countries. But it has touched every state in this United States, and I thank God for it, because people need to hear these Jesus nuggets. They need to hear the authentic Jesus nuggets. I ain't entertaining people. We need Jesus spread, and this is as fast as I can spread it, right, without getting on a plane. So, praise God. Yes, the consistency, and I couldn't do it without God. Thank you. I couldn't do it without God. So, anyways, here's to 100 more episodes. Here is to a new year, a start. You guys, eat some apples and some honey. Eat some apples with some honey. They say when you eat it during Rosh Hashanah, it just basically speaks to you having a sweet year. I did this, started doing this on my 39th birthday, because my 39th birthday, Rosh Hashanah, was like exactly on that day. It was 39. It was just something that was lining up. And when I tell you, I had like a little gathering, like with my family. And hey, listen, it was a sweet year. It was a sweet year for my sister. It was a sweet year all around. So, hey, you guys, get an apple slice, dip it in some honey, and just say a prayer. Thank God for for giving you a sweet year, right? For giving you a sweet year. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Share if you would like someone to hear this, if it was something that touched you. And I will see you guys in another day, another time, next week, definitely, with God plus topic with Aquila Hicks. And the topic is God plus fear. Okay, I'll see you guys. Check you later.